but too much of a good thing actually hurts your leadership. Let me unpack that a little bit further. I've had clients over the years that have struggled with being too nice. Being too nice looks like, accepting all of the stories of why the work is late, why it's subpar, why isn't it, meet the standards which we have set and clearly, want and desire for a project. And you sometimes are so nice that you have to pick up the pieces and get it over the finish line. You have to do the work. But when you're not too nice, when you are just the right amount of nice or compassionate, then you're able to push back on employees and lead them to actually where you want them to do. And they are better because of it.
Welcome to Grow Think Tank. This is the one and only place where you will get insight from the founders and the CEOs of the fastest growing privately held companies. I am the host. My name is Gene Hammett. I help leaders and their teams navigate the defining moments of their growth. Are you ready to grow?
Today, I want to record a special interview for you on the Grow Think Tank podcast about too much of a good thing. Too much of a good thing actually shows up quite often in my coaching. I work with a lot of executive level coaches or leaders. I don't know why I say coaches there, but I work with mostly CEOs over the last 10 years, 12 years, if you want to be specific. And too much of a good thing is a problem. When you are too compassionate, you let people walk all over you. If you're too nice, people walk all over you. If you're too giving, if you're too available, all of these things are good, but too much of a good thing actually hurts your leadership. Let me unpack that a little bit further. I've had clients over the years that have struggled with being too nice. Being too nice looks like, accepting all of the stories of why the work is late, why it's subpar, why isn't it, meet the standards which we have set and clearly, want and desire for a project. And you sometimes are so nice that you have to pick up the pieces and get it over the finish line. You have to do the work. But when you're not too nice, when you are just the right amount of nice or compassionate, then you're able to push back on employees and lead them to actually where you want them to do. And they are better because of it. When you are too much of a good thing, you will have people that will take advantage of whatever that is. You can be too proactive, right? Proactive is a great thing, but you can be too much of a good thing. And so what I'm trying to bring attention here today is that you've got to have a level of self-awareness about who you are and be honest with yourself. And this isn't easy. It's actually quite hard. And looking at self-awareness, it's like looking in the shadows of yourself. And sometimes you don't like what you see. When you know that you're being too nice or too compassionate, then you've got to address that. So micro story here. I had a recent client to me that came to me and said, you know what, this next phase of my business, we're going to sell. We're going to sell the company and we're going to meet with a lot of PE companies and assess the value of the company and figure out how we can get the best deal possible. Makes sense. But she already told me that she's too nice. I won't tell you the name of the client or what her name is because it's just protect her confidentiality. But I share this with you because she wanted to do this, and she know that being nice wasn't going to help her through this, especially being too nice. And so the word that she came up with was assertive. I want to be more assertive in my leadership. I want to be more assertive in my communication. I want to be more assertive in accountability. I want to be more assertive with PE partners, whatever it may be. And so we talked about it. We used my tools. We used everything we could to help her understand where the too nice was coming from and all of this stuff. And this gives you a view into some of the work I do as an executive coach with CEOs that are already successful and ambitious because that wasn't the problem. But this next level, this next opportunity in front of her required a different version of her, the 2.0, if you will. And so we had to connect to what it is, get really clear about it, and figure out how to let go of those old ways of being to create that next level you. And that's this story about being too much or too much of a good thing is really quite common across leadership. And so my question to you is, are you willing to be self-aware enough to go do this yourself? One way to be self-aware is to think about it yourself and make it an internal kind of thing. The next level would be to do it with your team. And so you're doing it internally to your team, but you're asking people if there's an area of your leadership you can improve, what is it? If there maybe another question might be if you were able to define my blind spot as a leader, what would it be? And so you have some really good dialogue. And if you can get candid conversations, which is not always easy, this is a great way to take it to the next level. But the best way to find out your self-awareness of anything is to actually hire an outside company. We've done hundreds of these. We could do it for you, or you could hire someone else to do a 360-degree feedback of that leader. And we're interviewing, and we've got a process behind this where we're really connecting to what you're doing well, where you need to improve, and really some of the blind spots that are getting in your way. And every time we've done this, we've found something that is actionable, and it actually does change the way you lead when you accept that you need to grow and evolve. So all this whole episode is about too much of a good thing, and I wanted to share this with you. My name is Gene Hammett. I'm an executive coach. We work with all kinds of companies that are, have a big opportunity in front of them. We do leadership development. If you want to make sure your team is fully aligned and able to meet that opportunity and exceed your expectations, then let's have a chat about what is going on right now, what might be getting in the way. And I do this all for free just to get to know people. And I give away this level of coaching to see if there's a fit for down the road. I promise not to sell you, but I say this to you with a genuine, I want to give to you the tools. I'll give you everything I can in that hour-long conversation if we're able to spend that much time together. Could be 30 minutes, but just send me an email, gene@genehammett.com, and let's schedule a call today to talk about that big opportunity and what alignment would be able to do and what's standing in the way of the kind of leadership that you need to execute on that big opportunity. When you think of growth and you think of leadership, think of Growth Think Tank. As always, lead with courage. We'll see you next time.